What's going on, everyone? My name is NW97 and welcome to another Destiny video. So today in this video we're going to do raid weapons with our series on the lighthouse. This is probably going to be the most special raid weapons video. So yeah, enjoy the view, guys. Okay, so raid weapons, are they good, are they bad, and can they be better? Most specifically, we're focusing on two categories of weapons from the King's Fall raid, except with instead of one. So we're going to do heavy weapons from the King's Fall and special weapons for the King's Fall. So let's go ahead and get started with the heavy weapons. Okay, so this is Ilium's Frenzy. So this is the rocket launcher from the King's Fall. And with every King's Fall raid, you automatically get Will of Light. This weapon deals bonus damage against taken enemies. Overall, this is just a good perk against if you're fighting against Taken, and it does. If you have a weapon that does bonus damage against the Taken, yeah, definitely use this weapon. It's just overall good for DPS and all that. Um, so every King's Fall weapon does have Will of Light automatically. With most weapons, you automatically get the Will of Light on this perk tree over here, which is I honestly think is kind of a waste. So you should really focus on raid weapons in order to get the Will of Light perk if you really want it. Okay, so for the first skill tree, you have Linear Compensator, Hard Launch, and Warhead Vineyards. Out of all of these, Hard Launch is the best for rocket launchers. Not only get more velocity and blast radius, but it's actually all the other perks doesn't give you as much stability as Hard Launch. So this is obviously the best perk, and you want to have as much blast radius as possible with this weapon because its rate of fire is a little bit higher than usual. So we'll be able to have as much hot blast radius as possible, which is entirely possible with Ilium's Frenzy. Okay, so with every King's Fall weapon, just like with the Will of Light perk, you also get Cocoon. This perk makes it so that if you're not have this weapon on your hands, so let's say instead of using Ilium's Frenzy, it'll let you shoot down the two rockets that it's automatically equipped with, and then you switch to your primary for like 10 to 15 seconds. It'll automatically reload, and then you'll be able to use it without reloading. Overall, this is honestly a good perk, and I actually like this idea of having specific perks in certain weapons. But unfortunately, some of the weapons aren't actually good and really good because of this perk. But Ilium's Frenzy is definitely good on this weapon, and depending on what rolls you get, it's actually really good. So yeah, Cocoon, Ilium's Frenzy, yeah, really good. Okay, so for the next perks, we have Javelin, Lightweight, and Quick Draw. Overall, I would say Javelin is the best perk you can get for Ilium's Frenzy. And then for the last perk, you will get about 3 or 4 random perks available for a King's Fall weapon. So for Ilium's Frenzy, I'm pretty sure you can get cluster bombs on this weapon, and maybe I definitely tracking, as you can see there. Honestly, the best option for this weapon is tracking. So if you're looking for a rocket launcher with Ilium's Frenzy, go ahead and choose tracking because that is the best option. Okay, guys. Yeah, is it good? Is it bad? And can it be better? Honestly, this is surprisingly a really good rocket launcher. Out of all of this, with the grading system I have, I would give this a solid 3.4. One, it has specifically with tracking. If you don't have tracking on this weapon, then if you have a cruddy perk I don't know, hip fire or something like that on a rocket launcher, then I definitely recommend deleting it. Unless you want to keep Will of Light and Cocoon on. So yeah, tracking with Cocoon is actually really good on this rocket launcher, and I definitely recommend that you pick this up. Can you make it any better? Honestly, the best options you could do is get tracking, and you have Cocoon, Hard Launch, and Will of Light, and then you have Javelin, obviously. Maybe get some higher velocity. That's it. Like that's the only thing that you could boost this thing up. So overall, it's a good rocket launcher. I recommend you pick it up. I recommend you keep it when you have it. Okay, Quilliam's Terminus. Now, what's something really interesting about these weapons is that with normal mode, you get just the regular Quilliam's Terminus, and it's just white. With hard mode, you get black raid weapons from the King's Fall. So it is a hollowed Quilliam's Terminus, and honestly, I like the black version better because it looks absolutely fantastic. Okay, so for the perks, you automatically get Will of Light for every King's Fall weapon. Okay, so with perks, you get Linear Compensator, Accurized Ballistics, and Field Choke. Out of all of these, I'll choose Linear Compensator because you get the most range and impact out of all of these perks, and you want to get those as much as possible. Okay, so you get Cocoon with this weapon. Overall, it's fantastic with Quilliam's Terminus, and depending on what perks you get on this perk tree, which I'll talk about in a second, this would basically makes this weapon right here. For the second tree, you have extended mag, lightweight, and small bore. Out of all of these, you'll probably want to use extended mag, and if you want to be, want to have as much range and stability as possible, but you don't care about magazine size, then you go ahead and choose small bore. Me personally, I prefer extended mag because if you have this right, if you have small bore, then you get 31 to the magazine, which is really not good. Even though it has extremely high impact and small rate, like slow rate of fire, it's still a bit small in my, in my taste. So for the last tree, I have Life Leech on this weapon. Overall, it's good for the King's Fall raid. If you're killing like thralls, you have 3 rapid kills, then you automatically get your health. But honestly, that's about it involving utility. You could definitely get some better perks out there. You might get Grenadier on this one. This is probably the best perk you can get for Quilliam's Terminus. And yeah, there's definitely better recommendations out there. I'll probably go ahead and uh, have the make it better sign saying what's the recommended perks. So it's just easier for you guys to have better options with these weapons. So is it good? Is it bad? And can it be better? Um, Actually, this is one of the best machine guns in Destiny. Honestly, it has really high impact, which is really good for damage. Uh, Pretty okay rate of fire, which is good. Its stability is actually really good to control. Like it doesn't like go all around you when you're shooting this weapon. Cocoon is absolutely fantastic for Quilliam's Terminus, and it's really good for like Golgoroth for taking out the orbs and also killing wizards. So every time you kill a wizard and or you just take down an orb, you just switch to your other weapons, and then you don't have to reload. And overall, it's just really good. Actually, it was so good that its ammo reserves were actually really high, but you actually had to nerf this. And even then, it's still a good weapon. Like honestly, if you pick up this weapon, automatically keep it. It is a really, really good machine gun. Okay, now for the special weapons, we have Silence of Arun. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that. Will of Light perk, obviously. For the first tree, you have Linear Compensator. I can see a pattern here with these King's Fall weapons. They always have Linear Compensator on. Let's see if we can see a weapon that does not have Linear Compensator. Accurized Ballistics on the second one. And then we have Field Choke. Out of all these, Linear Compensator is the best for shotguns because you have the most range, which is needed for shotguns. Cocoon is your next perk. Every King's Fall weapon has one, obviously. Hand loaded, lightweight, and hand laid stock is the perks for the second tree. And then you have Life Leech yet again for the weapons. So yeah, is it good and is it bad? Can be better? This is actually okay. This isn't honestly the best type of gun that you could use. But I have seen a lot of players use this weapon, especially during the King's Fall era. Now I never see it at all, and it's actually one of the rarer weapons out there. With this gun, you definitely want to use hand-loaded and linear compensator for the most range capability. Even then, it's actually a pretty small chance of having it. Um, Probably, I think Army of One is available for the shotgun, so probably the best option is to get Army of One. Um, Even then, like if you have Life Leech, this is probably like one of the worst perks you can have for Life Leech. I'll honestly give this a solid, um, I'll give it a 3.0, you know. Alien's Frenzy will be like a 3.5, and then like Silence of a Room will be 3.0, a solid 3.0, you know. It's not good and it's not bad, you know. Can it be better? Yeah, I could like yeah, you could probably like get the range a lot higher. Definitely get rid of this perk and replace another one. And might even get rid of Cocoon and replace it with like, you know, obviously Rangefinder. Because that's just honestly the best perk for a shotgun that you can get. Okay, I do not have this weapon for the King's Fall raid because it's honestly one of the worst weapons you can get for any of the raids, and I'll tell you specifically. But don't worry, guys, I do have the perks right in front of me. This is called the Midas Reckoning. Okay, so every King's Fall weapon has the Will of Light perk, as you can see right here. Um, so for the first perk tree, you have Field Choke, Accurized Ballistics, and Linear Compensator. Probably out of all these, either Accurized Ballistics or Linear Compensator. It's just honestly the best option for a fusion rifle. I'll probably choose Accurized Ballistics because, you know, you don't have as much, stability. You don't have as much stability when you use Linear Compensator. Yeah, use those, definitely use, Accurized Ballistics. So for the first perk, you automatically get Cocoon, and every King's Fall weapon has one. And for the second perk tree, you get Brace Frame, Fitted Stock, and Lightweight. And the magazine on Midas Reckoning is 5, and if you have Brace Frame, it'll automatically go back down to 4. Which I'll probably, if you don't care about magazine size, then go for Brace Frame, but I personally recommend Fitted Stock because of the stability for this weapon. And last but not least, you could have the possibility of rolling the perks Hipfire, Life Support, Surrounded, and Hot Swap. Out of all of these, I'll probably choose either Hot Swap or Life Support. Really Hot Swap, honestly, for PvP standpoints. Yeah, is this weapon good, and is it bad, and can it be better? Yeah, it's just bad, honestly. I'll give this a 2.2. It's just such a bad weapon that I automatically delete this every time I get this. Like, do not pick this up, guys. You could do so much stuff to make this weapon better. Like, you know, everything. Yeah, I'm just gonna put everything and, like, you know, make this weapon better. Really, really bad weapon, guys. Do not pick it up. It's just a horrible bad weapon. And then last but not least, you have Hollow Defiance of Yasmin. Okay, so you have arc damage, which is good. It really doesn't matter what kind of arc, elemental type you get for a weapon. But it's just, good to have well-rounded standpoints with elemental damage with raid weapons. So Will of Light, of course. Linear Compensator for the first perk on the skill tree. Accurized Ballistics, and Field Choke. Use Linear Compensator. Like, I think every single weapon has Linear Compensator at this point. Just use Linear Compensator for this weapon because it gives you a good range and impact, and plus it's more predictable recoil, which is really good for a sniper rifle. Because sometimes recoil can be a problem for snipers, especially for this archetype with a higher rate of fire with most weapons. Cocoon is honestly a really, really good perk for Defiance of Yasmin, and you could definitely take advantage of this, and I'll show you how to take advantage of this in a little bit. Okay, for the second tree, you have Hand Loaded, Lightweight, and injection mold. Now this is actually a really good perk for the Defiance of Yasmin, and I'll tell you about it in a little bit. And then last but certainly not least, you get Firefly. Precision kills with this weapon cause the target to explode. Okay, so is it good, is it bad, and can it be better? This is probably one of the best PvP weapons, snipers out there. This is actually one of the best weapons, one of the best raid weapons that is really, really good. Like, it's both good for PvE and PvP. But for PvP, it's actually really, really, really good. Um, Not only that it's good for PvE, for have DPS because you have Cocoon on, so you just shoot your 4 bullets onto the boss, and then you just switch to your other weapon, and then you keep firing. Then once that's gone, then you can reload Cocoon with the other weapon, and then you could just do a whole bunch of awesome stuff with it. So linear compensator is really good for snipers because it helps you with the recoil, which is honestly good for a sniper rifle. And plus, this has really high stability, so it's just overall really stable, and it feels really smooth to shoot. Um, you also have linear compensator, and this perk makes it so that you have faster handling. So if you guys love snappy snipers, like this is the best option to use for Destiny because it's just a it just feels really smooth. This is actually this weapon actually has one of the highest aim assist possibilities ever in all of Destiny. I believe this weapon has like 65 aim assist, which is absolutely ridiculous. I bet it's even higher than I told you. It's probably like 70 or 75. It's just overall really good, aim assist. And honestly, Firefly is the best option for the Defiance of Yasmin, and because not only you can get high aim assist, but you can also get lots of headshots, and you can do an AOE effect against opponents that are near your victim, and you can do body shots against them. And it's just a good weapon, guys. Like, definitely a 4.0 right here, at least. And definitely pick it up, and I recommend using Firefly on this weapon. Okay, guys, that is the end of the video, and look at this. This is so beautiful. Like, I've never been here before, guys, but yeah, this is gonna be the first but last time I'm gonna see this place because Trials of Osiris is not gonna be there any longer. So if you guys watch this as soon as this comes out, definitely go ahead and try to get flawless because you're able to get loot, but you also see this awesome, awesome view over here. Okay, guys, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you go ahead to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Check out my Facebook fan page, NW97 Gaming Community. And check out my Twitter. Thank you guys. God bless. Goodbye. And I'll see you next time.